Back to Minecraft Let's Play number, what is this, number 4 now? And as you can see, I have fully diamond armor, I have a bunch of enchantments, not fully enchanted yet, but so far we are doing pretty well. We've done a bunch of mining in the nether, so let's just go ahead and see what we've got. So if we come over here to our chest, alright, so as you can see, we have 36 ancient debris. And if you don't know what ancient debris is the material that you use to get netherite, and netherite is used to get netherite armor. And so I've waited, but I did a bunch of mining while I was off camera, and we have finally enough to make fully netherite armor. So what we're going to do is we're just going to blast furnace this real fast, and then we'll show you how to make netherite armor. So let's just go ahead and do that real fast, and then we can actually start making netherite armor. So that'll be pretty awesome. So let's just go ahead and wait for that. Alright, and say we have netherite scrap and we just got the enchantment. You can't see it because my thing is hiding it. But we did get the enchantment for getting netherite. And if you don't know how to make netherite, what it does is ancient debris gives you these ancient netherite scraps. And so you actually need 4 netherite scraps and 4 gold ingots to make one actual netherite ingot. So right now we can make 3. Bam. And we have our first netherite ingot. So now that we have netherite ingot, I'm not going to add it to anything yet, because as you can see I have all these enchantments that eventually will get added together, but I'm not going to make anything netherite until I have basically maxed out armor. Which in order for me to get that, I need mending books, and if you don't know how to get mending books, you actually have to find a village. So today we're going to be finding a village, something very important to finish the game, and to get netherite armor, and just to get really good enchants. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go try to find, after I get all this stuff made, we're going to go and try to find some, we're going to try to find a village. So that'll be pretty awesome. But first, I just want to make a netherite block because I can. So let's just go ahead and do that. But we gotta wait for the rest of this to finish. Alright, and so as you can see, we have 9 netherite ingots, so we can go ahead and make a block of netherite. And there we go, the most valuable block in the game, the block of netherite. Super awesome, so let's go ahead and mine this. There we go, and let's go ahead and turn it back into ingots. And there we go, so that is super cool. And so now that we can make full netherite stuff, so there are 9 things you can make. You can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is how many things you can make. So that is why I have 9 pieces, because it only takes 1 piece to actually convert it, but it's still actually quite costly. This did take me a really long time to mine, but so yeah, so now the next thing to do is to go and find a village. So let's just go ahead and go up to the surface. Alright, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to run in one direction and try to find a village, and I'll get back to you when I find a village. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long. I have no idea where any villages are, but hopefully it doesn't take me super long, but first we're going to go to bed. But so yeah, so now I'm just going to leave it off right here, and I'll get back when we find it. Alright, so I found the village, but I am now back at my house. So what I did was, because the village that I found, finally it took me over 30 minutes just to find the village, and it ended up being something like 3,000 blocks away from where my house is. So what I'm going to do is basically make a temporary village, not temporary, but a permanent village, and just create a new village by my house. And so what I did was I literally made this path, and it literally goes 3,000 blocks towards the direction of the village. It took me forever to do this. I spent a really long time doing this, but I now have a flat bridge going all the way there. And if you want to know why I made a flat bridge, it's because the only way currently in Minecraft 1.16 and Java to move villagers is by boat. So what you have to do is you have to get them in a boat, and then you have to drive them basically in the boat. And the only way to drive a boat is on the same Y level of land, so it has to be all the same height. as everything else. So what I ended up having to do was create a giant bridge, which is what you can see I'm currently running on, and it goes forever. But basically what we're going to do now is I'm going to go over to the village. I need to grab 2 villagers, and then I'm going to bring them over to my house. So hopefully it doesn't take too long. I do feel like, though, that driving a boat on land for 3,000 blocks is going to take an extremely long time. But it'll be worth it in the end. That way I don't have to do this entire long journey every single time I need access to villagers. But that way what we're going to do is we're going to get 2 villagers so we can then breed them, and then that will allow us to just be able to create as many villagers as we want, and will overall just make it super easy to get village stuff, the things you get from villagers, such as mending books and all that stuff we need. As you can see, I took it away, but my hoe is on like 5 durability, and my pickaxe broke. That's because I can't fix it. I did end up making a new pickaxe, but it's only efficiency 4 right now. But that is why I need mending, because if you try to use levels to fix items, eventually it would become too expensive and you won't be able to fix it anymore. So this will just make it a lot easier to keep my tools from breaking. Mending is a really good book, and it makes it just so much easier. But so now let's just go ahead and have over to the village, and then we're going to boat the villagers over to Alright, and there we have it. That took just over 20 minutes just to move 1 villager, meaning this entire thing is going to take 40 minutes just to move the 2 villagers, much less the time it actually took to build the bridge. So I know that this may have been a little bit of a boring episode, but it is not over yet. So what we're going to do is, off camera, I'm going to bring the other villager over here, and then we're going to build a little place to start villager breeding. So that'll be pretty nice. Yes, sir. And then we can start getting mending books and all that kind of stuff. So in a second, we're going to start building the house right here for the villagers after I get the other villager over here. So as you can see, I have laid out the platform for the building, or at least the dimensions. It's going to be 20 by 15. And I've also flattened this area with a little drop right here. But so now what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do a time lapse of me putting in the floor for the building. So let's just go ahead and do that. Alright, and there we go. That is the finished building from the front. Here is the side. I think I like how it turned out. I used a bunch of jungle wood and some jungle logs, along with a bunch of stone, andesite, and I also added in some dark oak in there as well. So I feel like it looks really cool. I'm really satisfied with how it came out. I feel like it's got a good amount of dimension to it, and overall just looks like a good solid build. Now if you want to know why the doors are covered like this, it's so that the villagers cannot escape. So in here you go like that, and in here we've got 3 beds and 2 villagers. Let's just go ahead and go to sleep. Now if you don't know, in order to spawn villagers and to get them to breed, you have to give them food, and the villagers have to do what they're doing right now. Now I've already given them food, but because it was nighttime, they're just, whatever. And then up here we have our second area with chests, which eventually I'll figure out what I want to do with this area. But overall down here, just all the villagers. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with this build. I know it maybe has been a boring episode, but it did take a really long time to do everything that's in here. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.